Very good morning to all members, especially my dear respected PG scholars of various institutions and my dear beloved faculty members. So today we are going to discuss about the most interesting topic, and it is considered to be the need of the hour. So we are going to see about how to write a very simple, effective research article in today's seminar presentation. And this is the proposed agenda for the seminar presentation. Now we shall go according to the plan of agenda one by one as per the sequential schedule. First, let us understand what exactly the research paper called as. A research article is considered to be a formal document and a published report which highlights all original research results through experimentation done by the so-called researcher. So any scientific work, you take any scientific work in engineering, medicine, whatever may be the thing. So if you want to publish any new ideas to this entire world, so we have to collect the complete details about the proper experimentation. And finally, we have to publish in any standard journals. So now we see about how to write an article by scientific method with this few introduction. Scientific writing is nothing but which is used to transmit an idea or communicating new idea by following certain formal language standards, say technical English. So the language must be simple, easy to understand, and we have to make a clear statement by following few short terms and sentences. So with this information, now we will continue further in the seminar presentation. What do you mean by a scientific paper? A scientific paper is said to be the first published article in the research community, and it must be done with all effort done by the researcher, starting from the idea abstraction, experimentation, and discussion of original research results, etc. And wherever, if anybody want to access the data from the journal, the other peer research members can seek proper guidance uh, from the researcher in order to access the data from them. So what do you mean by the scientific paper in a most short and prescribed way? See, you take any accepted original article, the published article, which has the following the key contents in the paper. First thing is accessing the observation. Okay, so collecting the data from the literature and doing the experiments based on the literature and evaluating the functional process through statistical illustrative method and creating a big impact through conclusion, research and discussion, then making the available information to the entire scientific community without any restriction. So these are the main, the five major things will always be there in scientific published manuscript. What are some of the most important points to be maintained in improving the language quality while writing the research article? Avoid poor experimentation of illustrating the results. Don't do masking by duplicating the certain things from the existing journals. Then avoid writing complex structure of language. Use very simple and clear English for easy understanding, and that would be easily accepted and published by the journal. And next thing, before going to start writing the paper, so you have to ensure the following most important thing. First thing is keep focus on your data, the readings through experimentation which you obtained. And if there is any table of comparison, that also you make a strong focus on that. And if it is any statistical graph, make a note of it. And keep a separate file to record the summaries of the results. And if there is any observation to be recorded further, do that in a proper way, and save the file with the specific date in which you have worked in the system. And finally, if you want to do any revision in the data, so you can able to log on to the particular date in which you have saved the file, and we can revise our further data or experimental readings by repeating the experiment. So in this way, we can able to plan our information before presenting all the contents by means of a manuscript in a scientific article. And then and there, if any new ideas or changes come to you, make a further reincorporation in it. So these are the most important things to be carried out before constructing a formal paper, scientific paper. Now let us see what are the main essential parts of the scientific paper must have. So title. So the title should indicate the purpose of doing research. It has to tell you the core value of the research. The next, abstract. Summarize the major elements of the paper through a short way of defining the abstract. Next one, introduction of the paper. Provide proper context about the research and also the further rationalization of the study. And if any materials you suggest for testing and experimentation, say develop a proper experimental design for statistical comparison. Then, if any proper experimental procedures, so define the rules and guidelines for doing the experimental procedures in order to justify the results in a proper manner. Then last, interpret the results with the proper validation of the study. Then finally, summarize all the research findings. Then at last, acknowledgement. Give credit to each and every person who has helped you in getting the needable information for writing the paper. Then at last, references. List all scientific papers which you have collected through survey, and also the books and other text articles and the websites that you have cited. So this is a formal structure of the paper, most essential important thing every scientific paper must have. And we should not miss any of the segment. So each and everything has to follow in a proper chronological order without any deviation. So with this view information, I conclude that a good quality research paper will tell you the effort of the good researcher in carefully preparing all the contents to write the paper. And moreover, a good researcher will try to counter verify the suitability of the work to be published in the so-called standard refereed journal with all careful consideration by suggesting the topic with his own peer group team members. So with this few closing remark, I thank each and every one of you for supporting this kind of seminar presentation. So in future, we will have similar kind of online mode of the seminar presentation. So once again, I thank each and every one of you, and I wish you all the best for the young future researcher who is yet to enroll for the PhD program. So once again, I thank each and every one of you. Thank you, one and all.